All right, boozy rum, saffron, tobacco, vanilla. Farah smells like side effect money, but without the side effect price. Let's see if it delivers. Stick around. All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, and you are watching Smell Goods. I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit as we run through another fragrance review, fragrance first impression, and we talk about fragrances. We talk about smell goods. That's what we happen to do on this channel. All right. If this is content that you enjoy, and chances are the algorithm's reading your mind, reading your mail, all that fun stuff, and it brought you to this particular video, sounds like you might enjoy this, right? So do me the favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notifications, share, meet me in the comments, and let me know your thoughts. All right. As I mentioned, got Farah from Paris Corner. Got it maybe 3 weeks ago. So it's been a little bit. I did get it in as part of a fragrance haul that I had. I think I did at least bring it out for the live, which means you need to be part of the lives, right? When I go live, I try and go every Tuesday. Sometimes I don't, but if you're subscribed, you get the notification, you can be in the building, right? But I went through it in one of the lives. It is doing its take of side effect from Initio. When I smelled it there, it was just, in that live, it was just kind of like, okay, let's open it up, let's spray it, let's smell it. Very first, very initial impression, right? This is more of an extended first impression. I have not, just because of weather and because of everything, I haven't really worn this as far as giving it a full wearing. So I can't speak to longevity. I can't speak to, those things that we normally look for as far as performance. The main thing right now I want to talk about and look at and deal with is how close is it to side effect. If you're looking for a side effect remix, if you're looking for a side effect clone or a cousin, as I might call them, if you're looking for that, how does it do compared to other things? Now, admittedly, this is the only side effect clone that I have. I know there's Aftermath out there, and I think there's one more that I've heard about, but I can only speak to this. But as a bonus, I do have actually a sample here of side effect right there. If you can see side effect from the folks over at DecantX, which is a supporter of the channel. There's a link in the description for you to check out, save yourself some money, and get yourself some decants sample, right? So we have that to compare against, so that this isn't just, oh, it's in the space. I can really speak to what some of the differences are between the two, if there are differences. But yes, there are going to be differences because nothing's a one-to-one. Say it with me, everybody. Nothing's a one-to-one. All right. So as far as the presentation of it, you have this box here that it comes in. Nothing major on the box. That QR code takes you to their Instagram. The holographic sticker up there. Nothing really on the bottom except for a UPC code. Let me turn it that way so it doesn't. UPC code and just like the ingredients and what have you. And then up top, you've got Paris Corner up there as well. All right. As far as the bottle, I've already taken it out, but just to give you the impact, it sits in there like this, right? So as far as the bottle, you can see that it is doing its take of Initio, right? If you look at that bottle, it's similar to what an Initio bottle looks like. Up top, you've got Paris Corner up there. Nothing on the back or anything. It's just the gold kind of engraving plate or what have you. I kind of wish that on the bottom they also had like maybe a gold, just to really just knock home the fact that it is doing a take on Initio, but they didn't. So neither here nor there, really. All right. Now, as far as the fragrance itself, now I've already sprayed it on my hands. This side is the Paris Corner. This side is the Initio. So I've already sprayed it on hands. That way I can speak to kind of the dry down, what you get, and maybe some of the differences and nuances between the two. But we're going to just now spray first this on my arm here. So yeah, you do get, again, you get side effect immediately in the air. If you smell side effect, you know what that smells like. You get that boozy, some saffron, you get the tobacco, you get the vanilla, you get the spice in there as well, a little spice, not spicy, but a little spice in there. So you get that fragrance, you get that immediately when you spray it. Now, when I compare, let's say it in the air to, kind of spraying all over the place, right? Now, I will say that the saffron in the OG comes out a little more. It's a little more out there to play. Not a whole lot. I don't want to give the impression like it's just, it's a whole lot, but it's there a little more noticeable, I should say, than I get from the Paris Corner. It's there in the Paris Corner. It's just it's not as prominent. Yeah. The other thing, and even as we move into the difference between the dry down, it kind of stays consistent, because in the initial opening, for me, the tobacco for Farah, for Paris Corner, is there. It's just the best way to kind of describe it is it's not as mature, as it were, as the initial. The tobacco in the Farah, in the Paris Corner version, is a little more. It's not as potent, as it were, right? It's a little less mature. It's a little less powerful. It's a little less there. It's there. It's just the tobacco. You really get this nice, rich tobacco that, smells aged. It smells like it's been around for a while. It smells like it's been doing what tobacco does, right? It smells like the tobacco is tobaccoing. On the Paris Corner side, you get the tobacco, but it's like the tobacco needs to grow up a little, needs to mature a little. It needs to kind of just come into its own a little more. Now, admittedly, I've only let this has been macerating for maybe 2 weeks or so. Like I said, I got it, well, let's say 3 weeks, because I got it maybe 3 weeks ago. So it's been macerating for that. So it could potentially get even more potent, possibly. But just as far as, for me, the initial difference between the two, those are the things that I pick up on. As far as the other things in the dry down, yeah, I mean, when you get down to the dry down, there is a little more, and I think in the original side effect, there's a note of hedione. There's not that note in the in the Farah, in the Paris Corner version. So there is a little more. The hedione, I think, if I remember, it adds a little more of a floral piece to it, if you will. Not a floral, right? But there's a softness that's there. This does not necessarily have the softness. You get the tobacco, you get the vanilla, you even get some of the woodiness that's there from the cedar. So you get some of that woodiness more than I get from the original side effect, right? Not a deal breaker, not gonna, completely blow it out the park or anything like that. It's just, those are some of the nuances, some of the differences. Now, to the average person that is, smelling it, they're probably not gonna pick up a lot of those differences. This is after me spending some time really trying to concentrate and see what's coming off between the two. Real question is, does it smell good? Absolutely. So this is not like the tobacco, the rum, all of this is not not one that, or the way that it's composed is not one that comes off in a negative way. It comes off doing what it's supposed to do, which is trying its best to give you the impression of side effect. Does it do it well? Yes. I'm going to put it in probably the 85% range, just because there are some things that as I spend time with it, there are some things that I notice and pick up as far as the difference between the two. But again, if you're looking for side effect on a budget, if you're looking for side effect and you're like, I like the side effect scent profile, I just am not good with the side effect price. And again, I'll never tell you to purchase a clone over an OG. I'm simply providing an option. If you're saying that you're definitely not going to purchase the OG, but you want something in that scent profile, this is something that's going to fit in that scent profile. This is something that's going to fit in, ideally, hopefully your budget. You can get this. I think I got this was, I think, my last purchase that I did from where was that Fragrance Buy before they kicked all of us in the US. They kicked us off their website and said, go someplace else, Fragflex. This was one of the last purchases I did. So you can get it there. I know I've seen it in a couple other places that I look at every now and then, from time to time, as far as places to purchase and pick up things. All right. Other than that, I think that's enough information to give you. Like I said, I haven't really taken the time or done a full on out in the wild type wearing of, getting you how long it lasts, how long it, projects, and all of that fun stuff. Plus, I can give you kind of my thoughts on it, where I sit with it, but your experience may be different. And as we know in the comments, sometimes you have different experiences than I have, and from other people that are in the community. All right. That's it for this one. Do me the favor, of course, hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notification, share. And if you see a hype button, click that hype button for a brother. And then also make sure you stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. And we'll see you next time in another video. Peace.